All right, everyone. Here is the SPT, or commonly known as the SunPenTown, dual DC brushless motor, HEPA filter air purifier. I bought this unit for my hallway simply because I'm trying to keep the air in the house as clean and fresh as possible, and as well just to keep the allergies down during the months I'm inside my house. We have a air purifier, of course, downstairs in the living room, but I figured upstairs in the hallway, just to keep all the air circulating fresh, could definitely benefit, and I feel like it really does. So I actually bought this one because the original purifier that I had in the hallway, well, unfortunately had a, died. My Auric Dual Max I was using in the hallway for, well, I'd say for a good amount of time. And unfortunately, it went out with a loud bang and I could never get the unit to work again after that. Cleaned it, tried everything. I think it just was done, which was really a shame, but I figured that would give me the opportunity to find a different unit. So I looked at Winix. I looked at definitely quite a few different units, but I did want something that had 2 motors instead of 1. To do even a better job of scrubbing out the air. And of course, it had to be DC. It was not an option. I love DC simply because of the noise that the motors make, the energy efficiency, and they just last a really, really, really long time. And they don't typically get hot. They typically only get lukewarm. So, I mean, they can run indefinitely, and that's why I wanted a DC motor purifier, because they just work so well. So I looked at this SPT and I decided, well, why not purchase one? And here we are now. So I've been using this unit for the past month or so. And so far, I really do like this unit. I'm going to go ahead and show you the different filters on the inside and show you little motors, and we will get started with that. So here's the unit apart. This is the front that says SPT. And this one looked very familiar to the little Kenmore square air purifiers I used to have. Very, very, very similar actually. So I don't know if they were made by the same manufacturer as SPT or what, but the difference is they have DC brushless motors on the inside. Of course, the top is a LED touchscreen. Whenever there is power going to the unit, of course, the power button's illuminated so you can see how to turn it on and off. So first you have a carbon odor absorbing filter, and behind that is a HEPA filter. Right here is a cold catalyst filter that works in conjunction with the HEPA filter to get rid of anything that possibly the HEPA filter missed. And then you have a actual charcoal filter that sits in the back. So this unit does a really good job at eliminating the odors and really freshening the air without using any sort of negative ion generator, plasma generator, or even a UV light. This is the actual fans. And yeah, so they look to be little smaller sized units that's just in one big plastic casing, but the performance of these fans are really good. It's a very strong duo of fans. And I'm going to go ahead and just put the whole unit back together. Let's try it out. So now with the unit all back together, before I do start it up, I figured I'd just share some specifications with this unit. This one actually does have the infamous, I don't really know what to call this, power adapter really. I really wish that they could fit it right into the unit, but since this unit's pretty slim, they must have thought, well, to keep it slimline, we're just going to put this little power adapter here instead of actually in the unit, which I honestly would have preferred it be a little bit thicker and have the inverter installed in the actual unit, but that's a personal thing. Of course, you can see the power button on. It's all touch button. It's all touch sensitive. There's 5 different speeds. There's an automatic mode. There is a sleep mode. There is a lock mode, so if you have this around children or wherever, people can't mess with the settings, and there is a timer mode. It does automatically default to the automatic mode, but I'm going to start it off on speed 1 out of 5. So on speed 1, it's very quiet. It doesn't really move that much air, but it's still something. And when you turn it on, the little LCD screen will flash with a leaf, meaning it's detecting the quality of the air. And of course, it starts out on the 3rd setting just to get a feel for the air quality and whatnot. Put it to 2. And just the way that the whine harmonizes with each motor, it's just music to my ears on this speed. Three. Which is a little bit noisy, but it sounds like a very light noise, really. Really light, white noise. It's not very loud at all. Four. Which it does start to get a little bit noisier now, but it's really pumping out the air for sure. And then high. Which is definitely a bit noisy. I typically never have to run it on high, but if I really need to get rid of the nasty or dirty smelling air, this does a great job. So now we'll kick it to auto. So it's already detected the air quality, so it's going to run at the lowest setting, which is excellent. So there's 5 different modes for the 5 different speeds. There's excellent, which is speed 1, good speed 2, moderate is speed 3, poor is speed 4, and very poor is speed 5. I've only ever seen it up to moderate, but that's really it. This locks the controls. I typically keep it in the locked mode because this touch screen is very sensitive, so settings cannot be messed with. Sleep mode, which just leaves the unit at speed 1 and just dims down the screen. But if you take it out, it comes right out if you push it on any speed above 1. All right, and there is a timer too. I believe goes up to 9 hours. And then to power it off, if you just hold that button in right here, it all goes dark. So that's really all there is to it. So now what I'm gonna try and do is get a startup sound on this unit so you can hear how those brushless DC motors sound, because it's absolute bliss. So here we go, we're gonna start it off on speed 1. speed 3. And now I'm going to attempt to do speed 5. We'll see how well this works though. Alright, and that should be everything for that. So there you have it. There is the SPT SunPenTown dual DC brushless motor air purifier. Absolutely fantastic product if you're looking for a very quiet unit that not only saves energy, but is also green too at what it does at purifying the air. So that is, once again, the SunPenTown DC dual brushless motor air purifier. Thank you so much for watching.